Welcome to the Two Random Podcast. Tired of subscribing to 100 different podcasts?
Yeah.
SirXpress and ISpeakMotivate eliminate boredom while giving you their commentary on breaking news, movies, music, and so much more.
Going down, man.
Subscribe today and rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts now.
I always follow them.
Random is the only solution. Two Random Podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, I'm ISpeakMotivate, and today we're actually speaking about such a heart-wrenching topic.
And I'm SirXpress, and a 9-year-old girl was injured after being tossed in the air by a bison in Yellowstone National Park.
And it was said that a group of approximately 50 people were within 10 feet of the bison for at least 20 minutes Monday before the animal ran at the group. And the young lady has since been released from the hospital. Now, when me and SirXpress talked about this, we had quite a few opinions. The first opinion is this: where is the parents?
And if that was the parents right next to her, why y'all run and let the baby get hit?
That's scandalous. But then, scratch all that, right? Scratch all that. Where is there a tour guide or a park ranger at Yellowstone National Park? Y'all can comment, because I don't know. Like, if there's supposed to be a tour guide or a park ranger, shouldn't they be like, okay, look, this is too close? Especially, they said it was a group of 50 people that were standing 10 feet away from a wild animal for 20 minutes while they're eating. They're like, okay, this is getting scary for me. Animals are like, hold up, they're closing in on me. What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, is there no tour guide in place? There's no park ranger in place? Or is it, look, we tell you on our little signs or pamphlets or whatever the case, what's going on, and you enter Yellowstone at your own risk? Because to me, that's what it seemed like. I'm not familiar with it, but you guys are going to have to let us know. But what's your thoughts?
I mean, I feel the same way, because even when they came out with their, comment about what happened, all they said was, well, we tell you guys to stay 20 feet away from all animals and 100 feet at least from wolves and bears. Like, first of all, if I have the ability to run into a wolf or a bear, I'm not going to be in that park.
Right.
Only bear I want to see is at the zoo, and that's a polar bear.
Right, but like you were saying, even those little parameters, the 25 and 100 feet, animals are fast. That's not enough room for me. You couldn't tell me, oh, you'll be fine with 25 feet. No, I would, if I were in Yellowstone and I wanted to have a little experience. I don't know if they allow cars to be on the greenery, on the grass and things like that. But myself, I would be in a vehicle. And then my kids can see the animals from the vehicle. It's probably toxic for the animals, and that's horrible. But in order for me to protect myself, I and my children, they will be in the car with me, windows rolled up, as we going to see the nature. If they want to see the nature that bad and don't want to go to the zoo. I just don't understand the whole situation. And then the people running, like you said. I mean, come on now.
Right.
Help the baby.
Even if it's not your child. Just for the simple fact it's a child, period.
Push her out the way.
I would not have run. Exactly. I would have been the one that got hit, if anything. I would have been like, oh, no. Not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right, because that's a huge animal. It's actually a blessing that she's alive. Those things are huge. And then we have to look up, like, how much bison weigh. I'm going to look this up right now live on the podcast here. Because
it tossed her in the air. I'm pretty sure it weighs a lot. And that's just by his head.
And then the force. And then that's another thing. The horns. Thank God they didn't go inside her. Because, on those rodeos, when bulls and stuff, when it gets your gut, they will run around. I mean, I saw a horse run around that time. Remember I showed you that video of a rodeo going wrong, and all their small intestines were all over the rodeo, dirt or whatever.
And it was trying to run around until it died. I remember.
Yeah, because it was in shock. It was in shock, and that really could have happened to that little girl. She was so blessed. But looking at this, it says a mature bison bull will weigh approximately 2,000 pounds, while a mature bison cow will weigh approximately 1,100 pounds. Imagine that plus force alone on that little baby. Like, it's a blessing that she's alive and not severely injured and not paralyzed and things like that. Again, they Yellowstone did say that this is going to be under investigation with them, but it's just a situation like y'all don't have any protocols in place. It's just a free all. Like, it's at your own risk. Is it when you walk in a park and when you read a sign, whatever it says, does it say you're at your own risk? Any fatalities, injuries, or what have you? You just got to figure it out. You got to figure out what 25 feet is. I'm not going to say what it is for you.
Right. But I also feel like at the end of the day, the park should have some kind of barriers between the animals and them anyway, to be honest. I understand it's a park, but there should be some kind of barrier between the people walking around and the animals, like, somehow. And then, if they're not going to do that, like you said, have some signs, these things are here, walk through at your own risk. Just so they could say, hey, we warn people before they get in here. And if they do have it, because I've never been there, I don't know what signs are there. So,
don't know.
I can't say they don't have it. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just crazy. I just feel bad for the little girl, because that little girl flew so high into the air. It was like, dude, what is going on here? Why did that baby fly so high?
But then my questions is with the parents again. Like,
where were you?
Where were you? And the baby was close to the bison.
Exactly,
I would be scared as a parent. Even her being at, like, further back where I saw the, I guess, trees or whatever the case were, I still would be scared. And let me just see, here's a little fact about bison. Yellowstone National Park is the only place in the U.S. where bison have continuously lived since prehistoric times. What makes Yellowstone's bison so special is that they're pure descendants, free of cattle genes, of early bison that roamed our country's grasslands. As of July 2015, Yellowstone's bison's population was estimated at 4,900, making it the largest bison population on public lands. This is a situation. Unfortunately, us as humans, we're taking, a lot of animal space.
Right.
And so I feel like the Yellowstone National Park, that's part of their purpose, is not to put up fences, because to have the animals actually enjoy life as it should be in their natural habitat, and that's why the bison grew, so large there at Yellowstone. So for me, it's like, okay, with protocol, it should be a thing as a tour guide or a ranger. You know how you go to those, like, any places, a zoo or any other type of place where there are animals or something dangerous. They're like, oh, the tour guide stands right there. You stand in front of them, because the tour guide knows past this point is going to be danger.
Exactly.
So, or the park ranger, there's park rangers that are at a specific part of the park. I don't know how large Yellowstone Park is, but they need to have rangers scattered about, and they're like, over here, you're going to trigger them, move, or you'll be fined.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you a verbal warning, but
like
you will be fined.
Like,
for the safety of yourself and the animals. Period.
Exactly. Ultimately, like you just said, for the safety of the animals and your life, we ultimately need you to back up and get out of the general vicinity of that animal. Because at the end of the day, the animal ain't doing nothing but thinking, I gotta protect myself. They just keep standing here. Why are they standing here? I'm kind of scared. I gotta protect myself. You know what? Let me attack.
Right. Just like a human being. You have a personal space, and there's people coming around. You're like, hold up. It's one person. You're like, oh, okay. And there's two people. And you're like, oh, okay. There's like three people. And you're feeling kind of uneasy. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nah,
think about it being 20 people. It's like, okay. Now I may have to protect myself. Because at this point, I feel like I'm being cornered.
They're trying to eat me.
They're trying to eat me. I don't know what's going on with these people. But I just know I'm eating. They're catching me off guard. So I'm going to make sure I catch them off guard. Because I'm just eating my little grass here. But I don't know if they're trying to attack me or things like that. So let me respond.
Let me get them before they get me.
This is basically what that was, and it's so sad for the baby. But then again, I need to know where these parents were, because I just couldn't have my baby, and I know they feel horrible. And I'm sorry about that, but it's just like, okay, why was the baby by themselves? I honestly want to taking my 9-year-old to a Yellowstone park.
You wouldn't
I wouldn't even taking myself there, to be honest.
I don't know. Before this situation, I probably would have went.
I wouldn't have with a certain age group. If I had like a 16, okay, say for example, I have kids that are 15, 16, 17, I would take them.
Yeah.
Because they can be in a group and be like, look, y'all already know this is wild animals out here, and we're not trying to be killed.
Don't get close to them bisons, you know.
Anybody, any animal, start walking just slowly. Don't intimidate anybody. Don't do flash photography. Don't do anything. Don't move fast. You know what I mean? But again, we'll be in the car, because animals are unpredictable.
Exactly. And we do not play with animals.
Right, we don't play with animals. That's their land. I'm going to let them deal with their land. And then, too, I'm going to deal with somebody that's a park ranger that knows the tools. Oh, you do this when you come around this animal so they're not threatened. Right. You get in a submissive pose. You do this. You do that. Like, for me, that would be the only way I would feel comfortable. Me, even as an adult, going on Yellowstone National Park would be to be with someone that's so into nature, that knows the ins and outs of animals. You know what I'm saying? I need a nature whisperer to be with me.
A nature whisperer?
A nature whisperer.
That's crazy.
Because I'm not doing that by myself. Period.
Right. But you guys, let us know what you feel about this situation. How you feel about what happened. Because me personally, I'm a little hurt about it. And it's crazy. And I'm just so, you know, disappointed in whoever that was, whether it was the parents or not. But we love you guys. Again, keep responding to us by giving us 5 all days on iTunes. Show us love. We love each and every one of you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Wonderful week.
Love you guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye.